Welcome to Rank 10s. In this video, we will cover the top 10 most horrifying creatures in Greek mythology. Starting off our list at number 10 is the Cyclops. In Greek mythology, the Cyclops were a race of giant beings known for their single round eye. They were often associated with the sea and storms, and were feared for their immense strength and violent nature. Their name, Cyclops, is derived from the Greek words kyklos and ops. One famous story involving the Cyclops is the encounter between the hero Odysseus and Polyphemus, a particularly fearsome Cyclops who lived on the island of Sicily. Odysseus and his men were captured by Polyphemus, who intended to eat them. However, Odysseus, with his cunning and wit, managed to outsmart the giant. He blinded Polyphemus by thrusting a heated spear into his eye, causing the Cyclops immense pain. With Polyphemus blinded, Odysseus and his men were able to escape the cave and avoid being eaten. As a final insult, Odysseus revealed his name to Polyphemus, who called out to his father, Poseidon, the god of the sea, for revenge. Poseidon, angered by the Cyclops' suffering, vowed to hinder Odysseus' journey home, a vow that would lead to many hardships for the hero. Ranking at number 9 on the list are Harpies. Harpies in Greek mythology were fearsome creatures, often depicted as winged women with the bodies of birds of prey. They were associated with the winds, and their appearance was often accompanied by storms and foul weather. Known for their insatiable hunger and violent tempers, Harpies were believed to be servants of the gods, particularly Zeus and Hades. One of the most famous stories involving Harpies is the tale of Phineus, a Thracian king who had the misfortune of offending the gods. As punishment, Zeus sent Harpies to torment him and his family. The creatures would swoop down, snatch food from the table, and defile it with their filth before flying away. Phineus and his family are unable to eat without the constant threat of the Harpies, leading to a life of misery and starvation. Eventually, the Argonauts, a group of Greek heroes on a quest for the Golden Fleece, came to Phineus' aid. The Argonauts, led by Jason, were able to defeat the Harpies with the help of the twin gods, Castor and Pollux. The Harpies were driven away, and Phineus was finally freed from their torment. The Argonauts' victory over the Harpies was seen as a triumph of good over evil, and a demonstration of the power of courage and friendship. At number 8 on the list, we have Sirens. In Greek mythology, the Sirens were mythical creatures, often depicted as half women and half birds, known for their enchanting voices. Their songs were so alluring that they could lure sailors to their doom, leading them to crash their ships on the treacherous rocks surrounding their island. The Sirens' power lay in their ability to captivate the senses and drive men to madness. One famous tale involving the Sirens is that of Odysseus, the legendary hero of the Trojan War. As Odysseus and his crew sailed past the island of the Sirens, they knew of the dangers that awaited them. Odysseus, fearing the irresistible power of the Sirens' songs, devised a plan to protect his men. He had his crew tie him to the mast of the ship and plug their ears with beeswax. This way, he could hear the Sirens' enchanting voices without being swayed by their temptation. Odysseus' plan worked, and his crew was able to safely navigate past the island. However, the Sirens were not to be outdone. Seeing that they had failed to lure Odysseus, they threw themselves into the sea and drowned. From that day forward, the Sirens were said to have become mere birds, their voices forever silenced. At the 7th spot on our list, we have the Minotaur. In Greek mythology, the Minotaur was a fearsome creature, half human and half bull. Its origin can be traced back to a dark bargain struck between King Minos of Crete and the god of the sea, Poseidon. Minos had promised to sacrifice the most beautiful bull from a sacred herd to Poseidon in gratitude for regaining his throne. However, when a magnificent wild bull emerged, Minos went back on his promise, keeping the bull for himself instead. As punishment for his deceit, Poseidon made Minos' wife, Pasiphae, fall madly in love with the bull. To satisfy her unnatural desire, the skilled craftsman, Daedalus, built a wooden cow hollowed out to accommodate Pasiphae. When she entered the cow, the bull mated with her. From this union, the Minotaur was born. The Minotaur, a monstrous creature with a human body and a bull's head, was kept imprisoned in the labyrinth built by Daedalus beneath the palace of Knossos. To appease the beast, the Athenians were forced to send 7 young men and 7 young women as a yearly tribute to be sacrificed to the Minotaur. These unfortunate souls would be led into the labyrinth, where they would be hunted and devoured by the beast. At number 6, we have the Sphinx. The Sphinx, a creature of ancient Greek mythology, was a terrifying hybrid with the body of a lion, the head of a human, and the wings of a bird. Often depicted as a female, the Sphinx was said to have perched atop a rocky hill near Thebes, posing riddles to travelers who dared to pass. Those who failed to answer her riddle correctly were devoured. One such traveler was Oedipus, a young prince who was prophesied to kill his father and marry his mother. Fearing the prophecy, Oedipus was abandoned as a baby, leaving him unaware of his true parentage. On his journey to Thebes, he encountered the Sphinx and was presented with her riddle: what creature walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs at noon, and 3 legs in the evening? Oedipus pondered the riddle and finally realized the answer: a human. As a baby, a human crawls on 4 legs, 2 hands and 2 feet. As an adult, a human walks on 2 legs. In old age, a human often uses a cane, making it appear as though they were walking on 3 legs. With the correct answer, the Sphinx was defeated and hurled herself to her death from the cliff. Oedipus, however, was unaware of the prophecy and unaware that he had just fulfilled the first part of it. Claiming the 5th spot on our list is the Chimera. The Chimera, a fearsome creature from Greek mythology, was a hybrid monster with a lion's head, a goat's body, and a serpent's tail. His breath was said to be fire, capable of incinerating anything it touched. The Chimera was a symbol of chaos and destruction, a creature that defied the natural order of the world. One famous story involving the Chimera is the tale of Bellerophon, a young hero who was tasked with slaying the beast. Bellerophon, riding his winged horse Pegasus, faced the Chimera in a fierce battle. Using his spear and the fiery breath of Pegasus, Bellerophon managed to defeat the Chimera, ending his reign of terror. The Chimera's death was a significant victory for the gods and a testament to Bellerophon's courage and skill. The Chimera has been depicted in various forms of art throughout history, from ancient Greek pottery to modern-day fantasy literature. Its image continues to capture the imagination and inspire stories of heroes and monsters. Ranking at number 4 on our list is the Hydra. The Hydra was a monstrous serpent in Greek mythology, known for its incredible size, strength, and regenerative abilities. It was often depicted as a serpentine creature with 9 heads, although some accounts claim it had even more. Each head was venomous, and if one was severed, 2 more would grow in its place, making it nearly impossible to defeat. One of the most famous tales involving the Hydra is the 12 labors of Hercules. As part of his second labor, Hercules was tasked with slaying the Hydra, which lived in the marshes of Lerna. The task was daunting, as the Hydra's regenerative power made it seem invincible. Hercules, however, was up to the challenge. He used his immense strength to battle the beast, severing its heads one by one. To prevent the Hydra from regenerating, he cauterized each wound with a burning torch, effectively stopping the growth of new heads. Despite his victory, Hercules faced another obstacle. The Hydra's venomous blood was said to be poisonous, and Hercules was injured during the battle. His nephew, Belus, assisted him by cauterizing the wounds with a burning brand, preventing the poison from spreading. Hercules eventually triumphed over the Hydra, proving his strength and courage. The Hydra's defeat marked a significant milestone in his quest to complete the 12 labors. At number 3 on the list, we have Medusa, the Gorgon. Medusa was once a beautiful mortal woman, renowned for her flowing golden hair. Her beauty was so striking that it captivated even Poseidon, the god of the sea. Poseidon, unable to resist her allure, pursued her relentlessly. However, Medusa, a priestess of Athena, remained devoted to her goddess and refused his advances. In a fit of rage, Poseidon defiled Medusa within Athena's temple. Athena, witnessing this sacrilege, was furious. As punishment, she transformed Medusa into a hideous Gorgon. Her once beautiful hair turned into a writhing mass of venomous snakes. Her eyes became capable of turning anyone who looked at them into stone, and her face was contorted into a grotesque mask of horror. Medusa, now a monstrous creature, was banished to the far-off island of Cerberus. There, she lived in isolation, a terrifying symbol of divine wrath. Her fearsome appearance and deadly power made her a creature of legend known throughout Greece. Claiming the second spot on our list is Cerberus. Cerberus, a fearsome creature with 3 heads, guarded the gates of the underworld, preventing the souls of the dead from escaping. Each head represented a different aspect of the past, present, and future, ensuring that no one could evade their eternal fate. His body was said to be covered in snakes, his tail was a venomous serpent, and his breath was foul and poisonous. According to one myth, Orpheus, a renowned musician, attempted to rescue his beloved Eurydice from the underworld. He charmed Cerberus with his enchanting music, allowing him to pass through the gates. However, a condition was imposed. Orpheus could not look back at Eurydice until they had reached the surface. Overcome by longing, he glanced behind him, and Eurydice was forever lost to the underworld. Cerberus was often depicted as a loyal guardian to Hades, the god of the underworld. Despite his fearsome appearance, he was known to be gentle to those who had properly buried and honored. However, any who dared to disturb the peace of the underworld were met with his ferocious wrath. Achieving the number 1 spot on our list is Typhon, the father of storms. Typhon, a monstrous figure in Greek mythology, was the embodiment of natural disasters and storms. His immense size and terrifying appearance made him a formidable opponent, even for the gods. Born from the primordial deities Gaia and Tartarus, Typhon was destined to be a force of chaos and destruction. One of the most famous stories involving Typhon is his battle against Zeus, the king of the gods. Enraged by Zeus's usurpation of power, Typhon challenged the Olympian deity to a titanic clash. The battle raged across the heavens and the earth, with Typhon's fiery breath and monstrous strength nearly overwhelming Zeus. However, the Olympian god, aided by other deities, managed to defeat Typhon and imprison him beneath Mount Etna. Typhon's imprisonment under Etna was not complete, however. His fiery breath continues to erupt from the volcano, symbolizing his enduring power and the constant threat he poses to the world. The Greeks believe that when Typhon stirs, the earth trembles and the heavens darken, as the monstrous deity seeks to escape his confinement and wreak havoc once more. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know down in the comments below of any creatures that I may have missed on this list. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to like and subscribe. Have a good day.